Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Friday, March 13th. I am joined by Pigoy at TCF Pigoy and Boomy at Boomy TCF on Twitter. I am at Zach Lilia. I am Zach Lilia. You can follow me on Twitter at ZLilia, LILJATCF. I guess I could change my Twitter name if I wanted to. But if you want to follow the main page, it's at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook, type in Typical Chicago Fans. Follow us on there. If you want to go to YouTube, type in Typical Chicago Fans. Subscribe to the YouTube page with no pretty much sports going on over the next month or so. If you want to go back and watch any of our content, go over to the YouTube page. Like I said, subscribe so you can get notified if we have new content. But go on there and check out some of the older videos, the TCF morning shows, and the podcast. And then also go over wherever you get your podcast from. Apple, if you're on Apple, type in Typical Chicago Fan. Subscribe, rate, review, leave us a 5-star rating if you would like, please. And then Spotify, go on there, type in Typical Chicago Fans, follow, leave a review. And then if you get your podcast from anywhere else, just go on to there, type in Typical Chicago Fans, do what you got to do. Thank you to The Muddy Otter. Go to themuddyotter.com if you want a beautiful mug just like this. I know people aren't wanting to do their shopping out and about right now, maybe. So go over to themuddyotter.com and they will get that sent right over to you. That is Hannah and Mitch Prentice. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Again, that is themuddyotter.com. And Score Trader. Go over to the Apple Store, type in Score Trader, and download the app for free. It's free to play. Boomy, is the coronavirus going to affect any of this stuff going forward?
So the only things I think that are going to be affected maybe some polling places. I know I saw locally, like in Ottawa, they were moving a couple of locations. So everything as of now is still primed and ready to go. So make sure you pay attention where your local polling place is and if it's been moved. But other than that, man, it's good to go. We got a bunch of states coming up next week. Illinois coming up next week. So get in on the Score Trader app. Go to the Apple App Store, download it, make an account, and get in. It's free play, and it's a stock trading game, a freestanding game where you can buy stocks in whichever politician you think is going to win. We're down to basically Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders. So get in on it. It's free. Like I said, free to play is big here. So obviously with everything going on in the world, you probably need to get involved a little bit in something going on in current events and politics. So this is a great way to do it because it integrates news into the app. It takes into account the state individual primaries and also the Democratic National voting convention that's going to happen here in July. So it's your points in both of those. But go sign up for an account, head over to their Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram page. And if you don't know what you're doing like I did the first time, go watch a YouTube video. It takes like 2 minutes, but definitely get going on the Score Trader app.
Yeah, go over to, like I said, the Apple Store, download the app, free to play. Thank you to Score Trader and the Muddy Otter. We love you guys, the sponsors of the TCF Morning Show. Boys,
breaking news.
It has what?
The Players' Championship has been canceled.
Oh my gosh!
Another sport has fallen.
We were talking before the show. I was trying to argue, saying there's still sports left, and there goes another one. There goes another one.
Golf is done.
Yes, the coronavirus has canceled pretty much all sports for a while. So let's get into our first subject. We started off with this last night. Our coronavirus worry level. I think as of last night, I was sitting at about a 75. Boomy was sitting at about a 70. By the end of the show, Matt was up in about a 75 range with me. Pigoy, we'll start off with you. Where are you at right now with the coronavirus worry level?
This is a 0 to 100 scale.
Yes, sir.
Probably right around where you guys are at, probably 70, 75.
I'm updating mine. I'm updating mine.
Well, so here's the thing. So rewind just 2 days ago, it's one of them things where, we'll keep an eye on it, kind of keep your finger on the pulse, watch it from afar. And then they started canceling all this.
Everything. Yeah. Everything.
Then I'm like, oh, shit, this is probably something you might want to pay attention to.
Mine has actually gone down a little bit. I was at a 70 yesterday, and I think a lot of that had to do. I knew I was going to a hospital this morning, Thursday morning, for a unrelated anything
Sure.
to do with coronavirus or anything, and just going to a place where sick people congregate had me a little worried. And I've actually probably dropped down to like the 63 range. And obviously, like I think that there's still some merit in it. And obviously, with everything getting canceled, it does worry. But I'm down just a little bit. I think a lot of it had to do with like my anxiety with going to a place, like I said, where sick people are. So I've actually probably gone the opposite way of some people. But I don't know. How about you,
I'm
Zach?
at an 80, 85 because I don't know when this is going to stop ruining my sports. And I'm not saying this in a way I don't mean to say that in a way like I don't understand how real the coronavirus is and how big it is and how it's a pandemic
Right.
and everything and it's real life stuff. But we talk about sports every single day, and for the first time in ever, there is no sports.
Yeah,
No
like
sport.
none. Not even like there's only hockey this weekend or there's only, basketball this weekend. Like there's nothing.
There is nothing.
I love golf. I don't watch a ton of it, but like I was looking forward to that being the only thing on TV, and now it's like,
There's just
what are we
nothing.
gonna? Like, I said this jokingly in the last 48 hours. Like, what do people that don't like sports and don't watch sports like? What do you do? Like, I'm at a loss. Like,
We're gonna find out.
obviously, I'm gonna watch Netflix. Like, what other things do people do? I'm
Like,
just
We're about
Like,
to find
and
out.
the thing is,
boys.
like, some people have hobbies outside, and like, not a lot of people are gonna want to go outside for the next few months.
right because like think about us, Zach. Like, our hobbies are golfing in the summer and playing softball, and like, right now we can't do that. The weather's crappy, but like, I don't know. Like, it just stinks, man. Like, there's no form of escapism from this, and that's what it truly feels like. And I'll talk about the state basketball tournament in the state of Illinois just got canceled. And I've gone every year. I'm almost 30. I've been every year since 1991. I haven't missed a year. And like just the normalcy of sports and that being taken away, like you almost have to like go back to the drawing board, like what your routine is every day. And I'll admit this year I've slacked. Like my schedule's been insane. I haven't watched as much sports, but like I'm still, and I've told you guys this, I follow everything on Twitter. I follow all the scores. I follow all the standings. Become more of like a different media of taking it in. But like, I can't even go check like how many points, Thomas Satoransky had last night, like just stuff like that. It feels like a very void of an escape,
Well,
and it's kind of
that's maybe
sad.
one of the upsides of it all is there's no more Bulls games. Other than Kobe White, was
That's
playing
true.
well. I was excited to watch him play basketball, but I guess we don't have to watch because both of our teams that are playing right now were kind of going in a bad direction, anyways, with their season.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've seen a lot of things where the NHL is going to ask if teams can keep their arenas open through July and stuff like that. They're going to try and fit it in at the end.
Possibly pushing the NBA Finals back to the end of July.
It'll be kind of cool sports wise when it's all said and done, I guess. When we have
Right now
the summer
is
could be awesome.
just baseball, so that'll be interesting.
We'll see how it all goes. But for now, we are without sports for a month. Like we said, March is canceled, boys. March has been canceled.
We're done.
So, like, the biggest thing, obviously,
might be
guys, is the
canceled, too.
cancellation of the NCAA tournament. Like, do you guys think they made the right call in doing
They
this,
had
or
to.
do you think it should have been?
They
postponed?
couldn't go on with playing
But
this.
can you postpone it?
What?
Could they have postponed
No,
it for
I
like
mean,
a month?
I don't think so because
I don't know if you can do
like
that.
you got to figure like they other events set up already like after the round of 64 goes through that arena.
Well,
So-
and they've canceled
You
everything.
can't tell me you couldn't have condensed something or found different arenas,
Right.
I just felt it was just a touch premature. But once the conference tournaments got at,
you saw the dominoes
starting
to fall.
Yeah.
At this point,
because how do you pick a field of 64 with no conference winners?
At this point, it was just cancel everything because you don't want to be the place that somebody got the coronavirus. Like you don't want the first.
There's another thing. Like they canceled all of college baseball and softball seasons. Like canceled. Like why can you not postpone it for 30 days like the NBA did?
Well, it also kind of goes to the fact that they canceled school year for a lot of places, and a lot of places are kind of wanting kids to maybe not be on campus and stuff. So if they don't, I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing that it's just something that it was going to happen anyways. They were not anyways.
You got to figure a college dorm is like a germ fucking like haven. Oh, that's gonna be so dirty.
It was going.
I don't know, but
it was gonna have to happen at some point. Like with what's going on, and with the it's like I guess what they've said is it's just getting to get worse.
And you know what? I've been keeping my finger on the pulse today as best I can, but like to your question, I think the cancellation of March Madness sucks, but it was probably the right call because like to sound like kind of morbid, but like we don't know what this is,
right?
And we don't know how. We don't know what we're up against. So it's kind of like you rather be over precautionary so we can get back
to some
agree. Kind of normalcy in 2 or 3 months, as opposed to being totally screwed for the next
year.
Year.
I really do think the NBA was going to try and go without fans until Rudy Gobert got I think if there wasn't coronavirus within the league itself, they were going to at least try to do some games.
Yeah, one of the damn players has it.
But yeah, then that happens, and then it's like a domino effect. It was just.
I don't disagree at all on the basketball thing. I think that's probably the right call. But the baseball thing, like, I just don't understand what the harm is in saying like, we'll give it 30 days, just like the NBA did, because college ball season and softball season get done damn near the same time that the NBA finals are happening. So I personally just don't see the harm in saying we're taking 30 days, we're going to reevaluate, and then if it's still going on and you need to cancel, then you cancel. But like to cancel something that's going to happen in the late part of June, I just felt like to do it on March 12th just a touch premature.
But to that fact, let's say any Illinois team could not have a home game until May 1st.
Right, and then I don't.
That's a month and a half.
It sucks.
I mean, I just say. I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. And like, I'm going to say, people who know more about this than us are making the decision. So I'm gonna just have to like trust the people making the decisions because there's more to it than we know, I guess.
Yeah, we don't know what this is yet. So
it all comes down to just
extremely precautionary, but it's probably correct.
Yeah, I think in the long run, we'll be happy. I'm guessing that we're being, but in the same fact, it's like you're sending kids. Well, you're not having kids go to school, but they're probably out maybe at the bars or something. Like St. Patrick's Day, people are still going to go out to the bars in Chicago, like even though the parade is canceled. It's like people are still going to kind of maybe gather in groups. Yeah. You know that the governor has said that he does not really recommend gathering in groups.
But at that point, then you're making a conscious decision that you're just going to do whatever you're going to do.
Yeah.
So you've been overly informed. So then at that point, you're just like, okay, I'm going to go out. I know the risk. Here we go.
It's like it's one of those things. At this point, everyone's going to know somebody that had it. It's something that we've never ever seen before, and hopefully never see again, because
this is nuts.
Yeah. I saw what was it? It was Disney World's closed. Is it Disney World or Disneyland?
Disneyland.
It was like the third time ever that it's
in 65 years.
I think one of them was when JFK.
No. I think one was an earthquake in California, and the other one was 9/11.
Oh, I thought it was JFK.
No, because 65 years ago, it wouldn't have been open that long. No, I'm pretty sure it was. It might have been this. I think this is only the third time, and I was talking to my brother, and I thought the other one was that really, really bad earthquake back in.
That I know
or
for
over
sure
in,
that was. I saw a tweet about it.
And then I'm like 99% sure the other one was after 9/11 when the whole country shut down. So
you looked it up?
And I mean, you got to figure if Disneyland has closed, that Disney World is probably right around the corner. Like I said, I don't disagree with any of the cancellations, but like there's some that are like things are going to happen. What do we do if in let's say 3 weeks things have leveled off and started to kind of taper, and you've canceled things that were going to happen in June? Like I personally just don't see the harm in saying, hey, we're going to sit this out 30 days. We're going to, play it by ear, and then we can make a call there. But, I totally get what you guys are saying too, especially with, like, you talk about the baseball and the softball thing. Like, you don't want kids, hanging around or going to training, whatever the case is. But I don't know. I just don't feel like, and especially here's my thing with that. Those kids, because they're maybe a season, those kids had better get a red shirt for missing this year. Because if they have to forfeit a year playing, you say that about the NCAA, who has notoriously been known for doing stupid things.
No,
but
not that.
No, not at all. So we'll see how that goes. And I also I've seen the arguments on Twitter about like the seniors of guys who are not going to go pro, who are not going to go play overseas. Like, do those guys get another opportunity to play college hoops again? Or think about maybe a senior at Illinois. He's struggled and never played in a tournament, and now this year they're going to go. Like, do you give those guys another year of eligibility?
But my thing is, like, with what you're saying is people need to give that some time, because we're literally in the middle of something that's never happened before, ever. Like, this is something that not people, like, we're not, there's no, let's turn to the rule book and say, hey, let's see.
There's no guide.
The March Madness got canceled because of a virus. Does a kid get another year of eligibility? Oh, it says right here. It's like, I get everyone is going to get worked up, but I think we kind of need to let the virus part of it kind of maybe go down, like the virus emergency and stuff like that go down a little bit before we kind of maybe get into kids getting a red shirt for next year.
I don't disagree.
You know what I mean? I totally know. I understand. You know what's got to suck?
I'm looking
for a kid that's a senior and stuff like that. That was looking like Bradley. Bradley just made it back-to-back times to the tournament, and now that it doesn't even matter. So like maybe one of those, two of those guys are going to play professionally. Maybe one. I mean, I don't even.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
like those guys, like they've made it to the tournament, and then it's just
I even
kind of yanked
like with softball and stuff. But I feel like yes, they said it's suspended, but like or canceled or whatever. But like, let's say something maybe does work out, maybe they can do something in the future. But I feel like for right now, everyone's just taking the right steps to just kind of cancel everything and to see how the next month or so goes.
Yeah. So let's get into it. Like, what are we doing between now and then, boys? Like, are we?
Let's go. What's
your plan?
First of all,
I'll tell you
what can we bet on?
All right,
okay. Let's start there.
Golf. We talked about this in the group chat. I was going to definitely put
golf.
in some
we made the subject and we thought we had.
I had bets on the tournament this week.
Yeah, I don't.
We've got me and P-Boy are in a draft group.
Yeah, I wonder if I won that.
Sending that money back.
So and I
said, did I win?
I don't even know what's left. Darts.
All right, so I'm going to pull up.
I don't think anything's left.
My
sports action
is
app
there
is
anything
as depressing as it can be. Everything's canceled, postponed, canceled.
Yeah, there's a little bit of horse racing going on. Is MMA going to happen this weekend?
It got moved to Vegas.
I would doubt that.
No, it got moved to Vegas. I did see that.
Are they going to fight in a UFC match with no
fans? That'd be kind of. You really wouldn't notice.
We could bet on NASCAR. Is there any Premier League going to happen?
They say there is.
They're supposed to be.
Well, no, here's the thing. There was. Go ahead, Zach.
No, I don't know. You never know. Anything could be canceled.
There was, but the manager of Arsenal
he got
tested positive for the virus. So that's probably out the window, too.
Like I said,
All right, and then I was going to say this because this is one weird thing. Like I give my kids a hard time about watching people play video games online, like on YouTube, and watch people play Fortnite. I actually really enjoy the NBA 2K League, where they have like each NBA team has a team and they play 2K against each other. That got postponed. Like, first of all, it's video games. Can't you just go to somebody's house and play
Well,
online?
it's probably an easy event just to postpone.
What?
It's probably an easy event just to postpone.
Well, yeah, but it's also an easy event that you don't have to meet face to face.
I know, but the point of it's kind of fans. Don't they usually have fans there and stuff? Dude, they can get a pretty good crowd for that stuff. It's pretty crazy. So, yeah.
I mean, we could bet on cricket, I think.
I don't really, honestly.
Darts. There's darts in England. I think they're playing.
I sat here tonight on the couch and I go, what's going to, like, go out to the bars. What are we going to watch? Like, what? It's crazy what's going to happen over the next month or so.
Yeah, there's like nothing
Definitely
to gamble
because
on.
this time
we got horses. We always have horses.
This time of the year is as pumped up as you can get as a sports fan. You look forward to this time of year every single year, and you get to this time of year and everything's canceled. Everything's postponed. Sucks. Everything's done. There's nothing to do.
This sucks. This sucks. This sucks.
It does. So, really, I mean, for the next month or so, we'll be taking suggestions on what you think we should be doing with the show. We maybe we'll putting some polls out before each show, maybe some subjects, some segments we can go through because, boys, we're going to be sportsless on a sports show.
We're going to find something to talk about.
We are going to have to find something to talk about because I'm not saying we can't, and I have confidence we can, but it's just I'd rather not be talking about anything other than sports right now.
Yeah.
Honestly.
This is like the best time of the year. Like you said, it's like we got college basketball, we got baseball starting.
I was supposed to go sleep in Matt's basement and watch the first 2 days of March Madness. Like,
we had a TCF camp out scheduled and everything, and now we just got nothing.
We have nothing.
I just got my money back from my square I bought.
I had opening day tickets to the Cubs Brewers game, and I don't know if it's going to get pushed back or just postponed now. I don't know. Like, dude, it's just, I'm speechless. I'm honestly speechless over the.
I mean, like you said, like this getting back to our other point, like, we've never seen this before. Like the NCAA didn't exist when the Spanish flu was around back in the early 1900s, right? Like baseball was so loosely connected. Games were barely even on radio. The NBA didn't exist. NHL barely. It might have existed. You know what? Like when the Spanish flu was around, like we've never seen. This is uncharted territory. It's just we can't even get to anything. It's similar. It is a very similar vibe. Like literally September 12th, 2001. That was like the last I remember where every sport got canceled. Not that there wasn't there was a sport.
But at least we had the Mets and Yankees to watch, and like that cheered the country up.
September 12th, everything got canceled. Like
I know, but then the next day after that, we had the sports that.
No, I think they took like 3 days off.
But that's the thing. To your point, Boomy, is like there was a.
But there was a light at the end of the tunnel.
There was an immediate end in sight.
Yeah. We don't know when we may see sports again, like professional sports.
There's no answer to this question.
Not. So what are you guys gonna do? Like, obviously, we've all talked Netflix. Has anybody got anything?
No idea. And if you have suggestions, I don't have hobbies. Like, my hobby is watching sport. Like I said, I actually pre-ordered MLB The Show 20. So I'll be getting that Friday today. So that will help out with some of me being bored. But I don't know, dude. I was watching first of all, Sports Center. If you're gonna keep playing Sports Center over and over again, get out of here. Play some.
No, what they said they're gonna do going forward is they're gonna play video simulcasts of the radio shows.
Oh, cool! I would like to see some classic, old school sports on there.
Yes, give me like the mini putt-putt championships from 1988.
Get the
like the stuff on ESPN
the Ocho. ESPN the Ocho. We need some of that stuff.
Just show the movie Dodgeball on a loop for like 40 straight days.
But
I think I'm going to make a promise here. I might be writing a check that I don't. My mouth is going to write a check that I don't know if I can cash. By the time the NBA comes back, I'm going to read a book.
get out of here.
I might read. I might finish
how
it
can
when
we
I start
prove
it.
this? We're gonna need you to
I have
record.
not read a book in 7 years.
Record yourself reading the whole book, and I will speed it up.
There's not enough memory. I'm not a fast reader. There's not enough memory on my phone to even do a sped up version of that
Just
video.
send me a video every night of you reading the book,
Oh,
and we'll make it work. We need a full video of you reading a book. You know how stupid.
what's the smallest book I have? I've got a lot of
You know
picture
how
books.
stupid that would be? Just a video.
It can't be a coloring book
A
either.
video of you just freaking reading a book.
Here,
I,
This
uh,
is the content you've been looking
I-
for. You may not have March Madness,
started-
but you have Boomy reading a book.
Yeah, I got a couple books I could
I
probably
will
read.
not be reading a book. You cannot make me.
I probably play a lot of online poker and that's
Here.
boring.
Just sitting right here, I've got a cocktail book, and I've got a Bob's Burgers cookbook. Maybe I'll get into those too.
No, real books, not a cookbook.
I'm gonna figure something. I mean, no, I will make this
Lots
promise.
of words.
I will finish the Dennis. I'm about 80 pages into the Dennis Rodman "Bad as I Want to Be" book. I've been reading it since I was 18 years old. I'm 80 pages in. I'm gonna finish that book by the time the NBA comes
Okay.
back.
All right. He
Make
has
sure you
declared it.
Record yourself.
Yikes. I'm definitely gonna get back into Grand Theft Auto 5 though. I played that over Christmas break. I enjoyed that a lot, so I'm gonna get back into that. Play a little bit on the story mode. But like, it's not even like to the point where like we can go hit softballs or go
No.
to the golf course or
Even at that, no one wants to go
Like, you
outside.
can't
No
do
one
anything.
wants to be around other people. Like no.
I go mow my yard, which I enjoy. Like I don't have grass.
Oh, well, I can't go outside and do yard work. It's just like
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not
Like
spring yet.
Like if this would happen in the summer, at least I'd have something to go do.
It's about 9:30. We're gonna end the show. I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna go to bed. Cause what do I usually?
Yeah.
What keeps me up at night is like, oh, I have a late night game. I have to gamble on this and that. I told my mother. She's
Exactly.
listening.
For
My
the
mother's
bailout
listening
tonight,
right.
gotta figure out what that
My
is.
mother's listening right now that her wish came true. I cannot gamble. There's nothing to gamble on. There's literally nothing to gamble on.
This
I've been cut off.
yeah, I'm looking for the 9 o'clock bailout before I go to bed. I'm like, I better bet on Cal Stanford tonight. so I
Yeah,
can get
exactly.
that.
And dude,
Is Utah
Gonzaga
play
played at
at,
10:30.
you know,
Bet
Cal
price-
Bakersfield
I had
tonight?
3 bets. I had put an under in on that St. John's game,
Dude,
and I was all pumped
Dude, I
and
had
everything,
it.
and then everything just kept getting canceled. I'm like, why?
so here, let's talk about our bets that we had today that got
Michigan
postponed.
-2.5, I think,
I had Michigan.
and I had the under.
Okay, so that one. Let's say that.
I had the under in the Georgetown game.
How was that looking?
I don't think that game started, did it?
Yeah, never
And then I had the
started.
under. I
No, it
live
didn't
bet
start.
the under in the St. John's game just because I wanted a game to gamble on, and then it just ended up all my game. It just took them all off the board.
Who was St. John's playing? Creighton. I think I had Creighton in that, so I'm kind of glad that got.
Yeah, I was.
So
I
I
was
had-
thinking. I'm like, okay, this game started the under. I took the under, and then like on Sports Action, it said like 71. I'm like, oh, what if it lets me have the winner? It did not.
So I had Michigan with you, and then I had two. I had DeChambeau at 21-1, and Fitzpatrick at 65
those
to
are
1 to
both
win
done.
the players. Those are out. I had Duke at 2-1 to win the ACC tournament. That's out.
They weren't playing either
then
way.
I have the Tampa Bay Lightning at 7-1 to win the Stanley Cup.
Wait, let me
So
let me
that's
talk
like-
about this, which that may still be in play.
That might be.
It's Coach K and
Duke's-
Duke. Oh, we're not gonna play you're just like, oh, we're gonna tell you what to do.
Well, it's Duke, man.
Duke, come on. I wish you would have played the tournament after they said they weren't gonna be in it. That'd been hilarious. Just
That'd've been
them
sick.
not there.
Big Cat today goes, yeah, I want on record that Duke was the first team eliminated from
They
the tournament.
were. They eliminated themselves. Disqualification.
Yeah, I had, like I said, I had that are just probably not going to just be a thing anymore.
So, boys, I don't know. I don't know where we go
yeah,
from here.
I got nothing. We'll we'll wake up tomorrow and we'll play the hand that we're dealt.
Let's just say our group text is going to get interesting because usually it's just a lot of gambling. That's how we keep it going in the group text. And then now it's just like, what weird shit is somebody going to be watching, like a Netflix now? Because I know I'm going to start watching. I get into like a. If I haven't watched Netflix for a while, I like to watch all of the documentaries that like go on there, like the new ones. And then you go down a rabbit hole of stuff, and you're just like looking on internet, and it's just.
Yep. And then you end up reading a whole Wikipedia page on a serial killer.
Let's just say if you're following at ZLilia TCF, it's going to get interesting because I'll tweet about it too, and then you'll be like, why is he talking about this stuff at 11:30 at night? Oh, because there's no sports, and all he has is Netflix. Like, it's...
That's kind of I'm getting into the confession tapes on Netflix, and that's going to be my outlet for a while.
I'm thinking about this. We have about a month and a half probably off of sports. Might as well try and get as many TV shows that I've never going to watch, was never really going to watch, or kind of wanted to watch and was like never got around to it now, because once the sports get back up, there's going to be nothing but sports for like probably just months on end.
Yeah, just knock on wood anyway.
Let's hope, boys. Let's hope. I mean, hopefully after we're rewarded at the end of all this with a nice slate of games. Like just a nice few months afterwards of just basketball, hockey, playoffs both going on, little Major League Baseball. Hopefully Javi's hitting 100 home runs. Schwarber's hitting.
I was thinking in a perfect world, we get like the NBA Finals and NHL playoffs into July, and we got baseball, hockey, basketball every
or
game.
Like the NBA Finals ends like the week before college football starts.
Oh. But at this point, we can
only hope.
No games at Wrigley Field or guaranteed rate until at least May 1st, which is just crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I guess we can move on here. Boomy, you got a wacky web story for us to maybe lighten the mood a little bit.
Yeah, we're all screwed. There we go.
Yeah, you'll like
That's
this one.
That's not a wacky web story.
A very intoxicated woman, I would assume, was pulled over and arrested for stealing a car in Las Cruces, New Mexico, just last weekend. She is facing charges after the cops saw her in a car that was reported stolen. They attempted to pull her over, but she refused and kept driving until she got to her house. She pulled out of into her driveway. Cops get out, and they went to talk to the lady, and she claimed that she was Beyonce Knowles. And this woman is clearly not Beyonce Knowles. Looks to be a user in her mid 40s. And what a line! Like, what kind of drug over what period of time do you have to think that the police are going to be like, "Oh my God, that's Beyonce"?
Oh my God,
where were they at?
You can steal that car. And second of all, it's still a crime for Beyonce Knowles to steal a car.
Well, yeah.
I mean, she might get away with it easier. She might not get arrested or charged the same, but it's still illegal. So what is this insane person?
Do you know what was the vehicle?
It does not state, but I can't imagine it was made after the year 2002.
It was either a Ford Focus or a Toyota Camry. That's my bet.
I'm going to go Hyundai Sonata with one hubcap.
Boom. Oh, that's tremendously specific, and I love it.
I love at the end that they put, it is not known if she has an attorney. The answer is no.
We can probably figure that out.
Who steals a car and claims they're Beyonce Knowles does not have an attorney.
With a one hubcap car with the shitty spoiler on it, rust everywhere.
And it's like super glued on. It's not even bolted on.
The hood's different color than the rest of the car.
Yeah, absolutely. There's like duct tape wrap window in one of the sides.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm Beyonce. I just took this piece of crap 2002 Hyundai Sonata.
Modified for the street.
What are we doing?
Chance gets pulled over. I'm Bryce Harper.
This is what we've come to.
Yeah, exactly. It's just unbelievable.
Sir, no, you're not.
People everywhere.
You are driving a Vibe.
Sir, you're a fat Midwestern 29-year-old. You are not the right fielder for the Philadelphia Phillies. Shut up.
You won't know until you ask.
That's hilarious.
Exactly. Don't know unless you try.
Yeah, good smile for the day. Good laugh for the day, Boomy.
Exactly.
We all needed it.
Fine.
Well, thank you to our sponsors, The Muddy Otter. Go to themuddyOtter.com if you would like to get some pottery, just like this beautiful
Go buy some stuff.
mug,
I can't gamble on sports.
mug right here. If you want the TCF logo, you can ask. They'll accommodate for you, most likely. Hannah and Mitch Prentice, follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Also, thank you to Score Trader. Go on to the Apple Store, type in Score Trader, download the app, and it's free to play. Boomy was talking. We got anything going on politics-wise? No, yes.
Illinois on Tuesday and a couple other states.
So get on to the app there. Get ready to play for Tuesday. And like I said, go to the Apple Store, download the app. It's free to play. Thank you to Score Trader and the Muddy Otter. Thank you to Pigoy at TCF Pigoy and Boomy at Boomy TCF for joining me tonight. I am at Z Lilja, Lilja TCF on Twitter. Our main page is at typical_Chicago, Instagram, Facebook, Typical Chicago Fans, YouTube. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Like you said, not a lot of sports going on, so go back and watch some of the older shows that we did if you want to get back into just what's going on in sports. If you just want to, if you just want to hear some sports talk, go on to there. And we also got our podcast on the YouTube page too, so subscribe on to the YouTube page. Typical Chicago Fans, and then wherever you get your podcast from, Apple, Spotify, Spreaker. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. Follow, subscribe, rate, review on Apple. Follow on Spotify and anywhere else. Do what you gotta do. And like I said, Typical Chicago Fans. Yeah, all you gotta do is type in on there. Boys, any last thoughts on what the coronavirus has kind of done to sports? And
big positive though, dogs cannot get.
It's a big positive.
Yes.
All the things that come out about it, we got one positive is dogs cannot get it. So
that made me feel a lot better.
We will see where the show goes on Monday because we will have no sports this weekend pretty much. So we will have a jam-packed weekend of. We'll
a
see.
weekend recap of what we did without sports.
Yeah. Hey, that maybe is about as interesting as anything is as of right now. What are you doing without sports? So, any last thoughts,
Find
boys?
out. I'm sad.
I'm sad too. Everyone's sad. That's the saying of the day. I'm sad.
Sad.
Well, thank you for watching, listening to the TCF Morning Show, Friday, March 13th. We love you all.
Peace.